With just 2 games of the Premier League season to play, we were safe, following the point gained against Manchester United. How high can we get in the table with a win today? Sunday, the 22nd of February 2015. West Ham playing at White Hart Lane. 10 minutes to go and we lead 2-0. Being West Ham, you have a good idea what can happen. Mishit shot brings it back to 2-1. The referee Jon Moss adds on 5 minutes of extra time. The time passes slowly but we hang on. The 5 minutes are up but Tottenham are attacking. The ball goes into our penalty area. Harry Kane goes down. Penalty. You could see it coming, but it was very soft. Just time for the penalty kick to be taken and then the final whistle should blow. Kane steps up and the kick is saved. Moss should blow the whistle for full time straight away, but he doesn't. He just allows time for the rebound from our keeper to be put back into our net. 2-2. Poor refereeing. We were robbed. Sunday, the 17th of April 2016. West Ham playing at Leicester. The 90 minutes is up and we lead 2-1. Being West Ham, you have a good idea what can happen. The referee Jon Moss adds on 4 minutes of extra time. 3 minutes 35 seconds have elapsed and Valencia has the ball. Just keep the ball in our possession and the game is won. Oh dear, Valencia fails to keep the ball under control and Leicester regain possession and move towards our penalty area. 3 minutes and 56 seconds have gone, and Andy Carroll lightly brushes against a Leicester player who throws himself to the ground. Book him for blatant diving. But Mr. Moss has other ideas and awards a penalty. Leicester score. 2-2. Poor refereeing. We were robbed. Saturday, the 5th of May 2016. We beat Leicester and reached 38 points. Everton playing at home to Southampton. If Southampton do not win the game, then we are mathematically safe from relegation. Southampton had a midweek fixture at Swansea to look forward to after this game. Therefore only one of them could overtake us. Stoke and West Brom both could not. Southampton take the lead in the game and hold on to the slender goal advantage as 90 minutes is up. The board is raised and indicates an additional 4 minutes. At this time a Southampton player suddenly goes down with an injury. Teams know that injuries and time added for injuries rarely get fully added. He stays down for about a minute. The ball is pumped deep into the Everton half close to their corner flag and an additional 5 minutes has now elapsed. The referee is a long way away as he is struggling to keep up with play. Redmond tackles an Everton defender. The linesman who is standing close by sees nothing wrong with the tackle. Jon Moss from some distance away does though, and awards a free kick which is dubious to say the least. Everton take the kick about 15 yards ahead of where the alleged infringement took place. About a minute later the ball ends up in the Southampton net via a wicked deflection. Mark Hughes is furious. All Southampton fans cannot believe it. But thanks to Jon Moss, West Ham are safe. Of course the result of one match on its own isn't the reason we will be playing in the Premier League next season. But this was the moment when safety was assured. Poor refereeing. Southampton were robbed, but we don't care. Thank you, Jon Moss. And who was the referee appointed for our Thursday night game at home to Manchester United? Of course you know the answer. Mr. Moss refereed a tedious game but kindly refrained from sending off Mark Noble when many referees would have done so when he raised his arms to Pogba. point against United moved us up to 39 points and we remained in 15th place in the table, just 2 points adrift of 10th placed Newcastle. None of the teams from 10th to 15th are playing each other, so theoretically we could still end up in the top half of the table with the right set of results. With a difference of around £2 million for each additional place in the final table at stake, then a rise of 5 places could add £10 million to the kitty. For this to happen, we need to beat Everton and then hope that Chelsea beat Newcastle, West Brom beat Palace, Burnley beat Bournemouth, Manchester United beat Watford, and Liverpool beat Brighton. The accumulative odds against those 6 results occurring is around 56 to 1, so of course the chances of us finishing 10th are very slim. Nevertheless, it is not impossible and worth a couple of pounds of my money as a fun bet. I don't honestly believe it will happen as Newcastle and Palace will win their games in my opinion. But switching the accumulator by just 1 result and predicting Newcastle to beat Chelsea lengthens the accumulative odds to 200 to 1, and this has produced another fun bet for me. Of course, when you place an accumulator bet there is always one shock result that ruins it. Nevertheless, if we do beat Everton, the other fixtures are such that we stand a decent chance to rise in the final standings. Of course, this shouldn't mask the deficiencies of a disappointing season, and a complete overhaul is necessary to avoid a repeat next time around. So this is my penultimate visit to the London Stadium for a while. I've got one more, which is a present of a tour of the stadium. I did the Upton Park tour shortly before we left there, and it will be interesting to see how the behind-the-scenes facilities compare. I renewed my season ticket some weeks ago when our future was still in the balance. I will continue to follow the club whatever league or division we are in, but I am relieved that we are still in the top flight. 3 seasons ago Everton came to Upton Park on the final day of the season, and despite us taking a lead on the hour mark through Stuart Downing, Everton equalised and then snatched the winner in time added on. The fans deserted the stadium on the final whistle and not many remained to watch the lap of honour that is traditional at the end of the final home game of the season. Today let us hope that we can end the season in style and see off a very average Everton side who will probably finish 8th in the final table. It would be good to think that we could finish that high next season. A lot of changes will be necessary for that to happen.